Happy Vlogmas Day 15!
Excited. Eat chocolate. Ah, it's another tree. Milky Bar, you've let me down this year.
Might you spot a Sumatran? Is that how it's meant to be said? Orangutan in the wild. I've heard of orangutans are native of Borneo. It says Indonesia. This is the Body Shop's lip and or concealer brush. The Kiehl's Powerful Strength Line Reducing Concentrate. A never-ending cycle of always washing up, so that's what I'm about to do next. You've all seen me do dippy egg a million times, I should think by now. Boiling water in a pan, slowly drop the eggs in. I have 3, Paul has 2, I'm a pig. Then set timer for 4 minutes. But our toast is broken, so I'm having to use the grill, which is fine. My brunch and Paul's lunch. Feeling a little bit deflated today. On my Instagram, I shared a picture of my charity candle and it just did really badly. It had been up overnight and it had gained maybe 400 or 500, I can't really remember. But it wasn't a lot, but usually my photos like that would get 1,000. And it was just annoying. I know Instagram is capping reach and stuff, but of all photos for something for charity, it was just frustrating, very disheartening. So I took the photo down. I shared another one, like I guess a more pretty version of it. Someone suggested that if I want to share about the candle, I should have a photo, like a selfie with me holding it, which I may have to do, but it's not really what I would usually do. A dampen it on my morning, but a good thing of the morning was Carla Rowena, bless her. She featured me as one of the 5 people of her favourite Instagram accounts at the moment. So that was a massive positive, and I just messaged her saying thank you. I feel like everyone's feeling of Instagram at the moment, it is being really rubbish. So to have people sharing the love, it's just really nice. At least one good thing is, like, I love Twitter. Twitter, my engagement's good and I'm growing on Twitter, so that's a positive. Think of all the positives. Today I was going to shoot some self-portraits. I may have to put that on hold again. I have a job that's come through today, so today it's going to be how I film. So I'm going to show you behind the scenes of how I set up my videos, how I film, as like an insight of what goes on. So I thought that might be helpful. But yeah, this is the candle I featured on Instagram. But one of the Vlogmas days, I'm actually going to go in Two Berries and Grey and show you both my candles. Ooh, eggs are done. But yeah, one of the days I'm going to take you guys in Two Berries and Grey to actually show you the candles and show you more of the store. I think I went in there last year, but now it's more exciting because I have 2 candles in there for charity. Taking the eggs off the heat, going to dish those up. I used to have these every Saturday. My dad would always make these for me.
Ooh, look how wonderful my girlfriend is. Only seconds before she was moaning at me about not doing the washing up.
I was like, tonight you wash it up.
Tonight it's my turn.
Tonight I'm going to be
the washer up boy. And then I've got to go to work. Are you sad that I'll be leaving you this evening?
No, because I've got a very busy day, so I'll be distracted.
Ooh, what are we having here, tea? This colour. Boom. This colour, bit weak. Mmm.
Is it perfectly done? We shall find out. You got it quite high up. I did it good. I went to tidy up my studio so I could film, but you know when you start tidying and then it's hours later? That's happened and now it's dinner time, so I'm gonna show you what I'm making. We're actually doing some form of cooking this time instead of recently we've been really lazy. But I'm doing so much veg. I just counted, I used 10 vegetables. If you watched one of the videos I did last year with my mum, when I did Mum Week, then you'd know how to stir-fried veg. And I'm not gonna lie, after I made that video, I watched that back so many times. Every time I did a stir-fry, I watched it back just so I got that bit perfect. And I have come so far since then. My stir-fried veg is amazing, I have to say. I've got half courgette, some asparagus, baby sweet corn, some yellow pepper or whatever pepper you want to use. Just going to use 2 mushrooms, cut up a bit of ginger which I'll make smaller in a bit, a quarter of a chicken no cube, some cauliflower, this is sweet hot cabbage, broccoli, and also some kale. So I'll put some water in this and blast that in the microwave. Chopped up all of the vegetables. I have chopped up the ginger. So the first thing will go in is the ginger, then followed by the meat. Don't have to add meat, obviously. You can just have it as vegetables. Sometimes I add chicken, sometimes I add prawns. Some oil into the wok. I put it on high heat, just waiting for that that to heat up. A good test actually to see if I pop the ginger in, I can then actually hear when it's hot enough because it will then start to sizzle. And once I've done that, add in the meat. Added in the veg. I also put some water in there to stop it burning. So if when you're doing it it's making loads of noise and you're noticing it's sticking, just add a little bit of water. Also to add, I'm going to add a few drops of sesame oil and also literally tiny bit of fish sauce, although this says it's squid sauce. Whilst that's all had a little head start, now you can put in the kale. Next we add the sauce. After a few minutes we can now add the noodles. And there we go. Left pour some washing up, although I did just wash this because he doesn't fathom what I do. So I washed it and then put it back on the heat. Get some oil and run that round just so it doesn't rust. And this is our final result. Best thing I've ever had, right?
Absolutely. Don't think you understand how good it is.
You may have noticed it's a new day and I have lots of makeup on for a change. Last night I fell asleep at 9 PM, so I was meant to show you how I film, all the behind the scenes and that kind of stuff. I couldn't because I fell asleep, but I will do that for you now. Yeah, sorry about that. So this is what I'm looking at. I have an LED light here. I have my DSLR on a tripod and it's actually connected via Wi-Fi to my phone. So if I look here, hey guys, I can start and stop from my phone. I can also change any settings like the shutter speed, ISO, and all that kind of stuff. So that's really handy. Also see if I've been focused, I can change the focus area. It's like a monitor basically, and also just easier to change the settings. Make sure it is recording as well. Sometimes it will stop recording, but I can always look and check to see if it is working. So looking at some of the settings here, you want the shutter speed roughly double what your frame rate is. The aperture here will give that nice shallow depth of field, so the smaller the number, the greater the depth. It also depends on your distance of you and your background, and I try and keep my ISO to 100 as well, just to make the image nice and smooth. We can do a little test if I press record, and hi guys, I can watch that back on the camera to show you how that came out. So just hearing back the audio though on my camera, because my lens is autofocus, it does pick up in the audio. So I have an external mic. I will talk you through this when I use it, but when I turn this on, press record on here, press record on my phone, start the camera, and then I clap, and that helps me sync the audio when it comes to editing. I can line up the two peaks where it's really high in volume from the clap on the audio when I'm editing. That makes sure all my audio is in sync and just perfect when I edit. It's very low tech in the studio. I don't even have a tripod for microphone. I actually balance it on a cup. Then I use my earphones that are still in the box to have the tilted angles. When I talk, it's pointing directly at my mouth. My microphone is recording. My camera is now recording. So to sync, I simply clap and off I go. Hi guys, in today's video I am doing a gift guide. Now this is through various different price points, so I have some quite expensive pieces that I'm thinking are great for partners, close family members. Now I filmed the main part of the video, I need to film all of my little cutaway close-ups. Now we have everything complete. It's taking all of the footage, so I've got 2 memory cards worth of footage and also the memory card, the micro SD card in an adapter for the audio. I'm going to put that all on my computer, then show you what I do in Final Cut. Excuse if you can really hear Paul drying his hair in the background. I'm showing you how I sync up the audio. So this is the file from my camera, so this is the audio and the visuals, and this lower line here is the audio from my microphone, and you can see there's a peak, so if I zoom in here from when I clapped, and it's also here, I've just dragged it in there. So if I line those up, and then I can play to test and just play around till I think that is exactly right. Once I'm happy with that, I can then get rid of this audio from my actual camera, All I've done here is just reduced any background noise, so I've clicked that on and I've also made it louder. Now with my editing I can look, especially at the audio line here, that's when I can tell I have pauses. So I usually cut there. So with the blade tool, if you press B, that's blade, and then you can cut there. Then if I press A, I can then select the area I want to delete, press delete, and it's gone. Rose gold colour as well. The display on this is 5.3 inches. And if you have any further questions or anything after watching this, please leave those in the comments and I'll get back to you as best as I can.